7:03, let's call the meeting to order.
7:02. Okay.
All right, let's look at the minutes of the meeting. There's only one correction that I have, and this is the minutes for April 23rd. And it is when we're discussing the signage on page 4,
Okay.
the second bullet, where the purpose of the signage is to make sure residents know that there is a ballot question.
Wait a minute. On page 4?
I got page 4. Regarding the signage.
Oh, way down there. Okay. Yeah.
All the way down the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. And that they can go to the CPC's website to learn more.
Yep.
The website that got created are from residents of Ayer that support the ballot question. It's not the CPC's website. It is, you know,
Can you please mute your audio?
What was that?
I have a fund of public participation. Okay. All right, so
Janet, you'll just need to be prepared to mute people as the host. You can mute anyone.
I can. I'm not the
Yep.
host. I'm not the host.
Who's our
Oh.
host?
All right.
I'm going to make you a co-host.
All right. Sounds great, Cindy. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Janet, would it be helpful for you if I did that so you could run the meeting?
Oh, sure.
I think that's a lot to ask of you to run the meeting and mute people. Cindy, would that be something you could give to me? I'm Julie.
I sure can.
Wow.
Excellent. Thank you, Julie.
And
Welcome.
Scott was still streaming.
All right. Tell me when you're all set.
Oh, I see how to do it. Okay, thank you.
All right. Just make sure you,
Okay,
right now, you can mute me afterwards.
Okay,
I don't see Colleen anymore.
I have her still.
I still have her.
Oh, wait a minute.
You can change your view too.
Oh, yeah.
How's
It's
that?
up in the. Okay. And got it. And
All right.
I need to erase the board.
got it. Got it.
Okay. And I'm going to have to do a roll call vote anyways when we go ahead and vote on anything, so you'll be able to hear such. All right. So like I say, on this part of the minutes, it's not the CPC's website. It's the support CPC residents, or I'm trying to think how to word it, but it's the residents website that all this information is. But you brought up a good point. I should probably put something on the Ayer website as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
You
So-
mean pointing to the support ARP CPC? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
so it's
Go ahead.
www.supportcpc.
It's support ayercpc.org.
All one word?
All one word.
Right? Yep. .org.
Okay. I guess we don't have to put www anymore, do we?
No, we really don't.
It's old fashioned.
No, that's okay. No problem. If anything, you don't even have to put the HTTPS anymore because majority of them are all secured. But
Yeah.
So like I say, that leads me to say, I'll work with Cindy to get some information on the CPC's, the Town of Ayer's website, just to say that this ballot question is out there.
I can take care of that for you.
Yeah, we'll work on the text. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Cindy. That's the only correction I had, Jess. I thought you covered the conversation very well. Anybody else have any type of corrections?
No,
Motion
unfortunately,
to
I wasn't
approve.
at that meeting.
Okay, Beth made the motion to approve. Who's going to second?
Second.
Colleen seconded. All right, let's do a roll call. Barry?
I wasn't at that meeting. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay, abstention. Beth?
Aye.
Colleen?
Aye.
Jess?
Hi.
And Julie, you were abstentions?
Yep.
And Janet, chair says aye, all in, so ayes have it.
Okay,
All right,
4-0. Okay.
all right, excellent. Okay, so next on the agenda is the correspondence and bills. I've received a lot of different types of correspondence because I've been putting feelers out. But one of the bills we do have is from the Ayer Community Garden. They've built additional garden beds. And with that, they had to add additional manure. So we have a bill of $50 for alpaca manure that I approved. They just need a W-9 because it's a new vendor. And so the town definitely needs to have all the tax information for them. So that's the one that I approved, and they're just waiting for the W-9 to be sent in.
What's the new vendor?
I think it's called the Harvard. I didn't print it. Hold on. Bear with me. You haven't lost me, have you?
Nope.
Yeah, it's called Harvard Alpaca Ranch.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And I had to check to make sure that that was not a maintenance item. Okay, that they just added to the beds, but no, these were for the new beds. But they will have some, left over that they'll be able to use constantly, which is a good sign. But Sheila's been doing pretty good. She's been keeping track of what her budget is and everything. That's one thing I probably should pick up. All right, the other conversations that I've had is, I think I told you that after our meeting, I sent out emails across the gambit of the different departments to see about the impact of the pandemic within the town. And the bad thing is, like, this is just the beginning. From what I understand, and the Community and Economic Department, they're working with small businesses within the area, large businesses, banks. I'm trying to think of, like, just to hold back to the different size businesses to get a feedback from them of exactly what's going to, occur. But I also pinged Tom Hogan to see what type of impact. Again, we know with regards to the 3% surcharge, the impact for a average homeowner is going to be approximately $90. Well, he sent
And
me,
just to be clarified, Tom Hogan is the town assessor.
correct.
Yeah.
So, like I say, some of the correspondence, which we'll probably go over later on at 7:15, is the study of approximately what a surcharge increase to the businesses could happen. And it looks as if, quite possibly, if we do the 3% increase, it's going to go from $86 a year. Hold on. To $259.
Ooh.
So that's a year, okay?
So that would be just for businesses, not residents.
Correct, that's just businesses. This is just commercial and industry on average. So you're looking at $172 more a year. Like I say, I know in my conversations within town, there are residents that are being affected because I know from Cindy Lavin, the food pantry over at Living Waters has had an increase, but that's because Loaves and Fishes was shut down for a while. With that, individuals do have the financial support of the unemployment and et cetera, but businesses do not. Businesses are definitely hurting because, again, they had to close up and they still want to try their best to pay their employees as best as they can and such. So that's why I really wanted to start focusing in on the impact of the businesses, as well as speaking with Alan on what type of feedback he gets from their surveys and how we're going to be able to, restart the economy here and get people, keep people safe and such. So I thought, I didn't know what I was expecting. All right. But the 172 in a good economy, it's like, okay, great. It's a couple meals. But now, again, at least it makes us, more aware. So that was some of the, like I say, some of the additional correspondence I've had. Anybody want to, we'll be talking about it pretty soon during the public session. Mm-hmm. Then some of the other items is I went to the Board of Selectmen meeting yesterday. And with that, right now, the election is going to happen June 2nd, the town meeting, June 15th. They will readdress it on the 19th at their next meeting because the governor will look at the May 18th date. Right now, the town is still closed up until the 18th.
When is their next meeting? I missed that.
Their next meeting is on the 19th, the town Board of Selectmen.
Okay.
But right now, everything still stands as June 2nd and June 15th.
Right.
Janet, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
You sent us an email. I mean, I guess it's irrelevant if things stay as planned, but I don't understand from your email that they could change the date of one, but not the other?
Correct.
So they could hold the town meeting, but postpone the election?
Correct.
So how does that impact us and our proposals at the town meeting if the election hasn't happened?
More than likely would go with the 1%. And because again, you can always increase would go, I think it's with the 3% would go with the 3% because you can always decrease it. You can't increase it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, but we'll find that out, like I say, and we'll know more when we have our next information session on the 20th.
I think that it's more likely that the election would advance than the town meeting because the election hopefully will be predominantly mail-in ballot participation. So you don't have to assemble people for the election to happen. But the town meeting is a little bit more complicated in that it does involve assembling people. And so I don't know a lot of details, but the state has put in place the capacity for towns to adopt a budget on a monthly basis in the event that they're not able to fully, adopt a budget for the next fiscal year. And so the minimum requirement would be 1/12 of the previous year's budget, I believe. But that's a minimum. And so, like if we were going to get a 1/12 of disbursement for, I think CPA is probably different anyway, but if we were going to get a 1/12 of disbursement for CPA, that would not, everything has to go to town meeting anyway, so I think CPA is just its own, entity in terms of the funding, but for town budgets, they'll have the opportunity to have the selectmen approve a budget on a monthly basis.
And that's what they talked about too as well, Beth, on what they would have to do for the budget and such. And the other thing too is they are looking at, some towns are breaking up, instead of having a specific one spot for a town meeting, is possibly having officials within certain areas so that you have less individuals in one spot. You'd have multiple areas for the town meeting that have a video going on of live streaming, so that they can count the votes and everything else like that. So they're looking at all different types of ways to possibly have it without having the 100 people or plus within the school hall, so the auditorium. All right. So to answer your question, Colleen, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I just was confused when I read it. And
I was sort of like, wondering, it's like, okay, great, what's going to end up happening? And that's when Robert said, yeah, it can happen without it. So, okay. All right, at 7:15, like I say, I wanted to go ahead and make sure that we can open it up to an information session if there's any public participation. Is anybody else online? Don't tell me we muted the one and only participant.
No, Michael did leave. He's not in our
He's
session.
not in there? Okay. All right. All right. I'll shut up just to make sure that no one else is there. All right, we can continue talking about it, and hopefully if we see somebody else ping in.
I think one of the first things you should just make clear is this question of the ballot question for the surcharge increase has to be on this ballot no matter what, because we started the process last fall with town meeting in the two-step process. So we can't withdraw the ballot question because of the pandemic having happened, but so people will vote the way they vote, but we can't take it off the ballot.
Correct.
So
And yeah, and I don't know if you all had a chance to read what I tried generating after our last meeting on how this whole committee is torn, because we understand the impact that is going on within the households in town as well as the businesses within town. However, as I've been meeting with other representatives of town and other towns on the rental assistance programs, there are towns that have kicked it in, and it has become a lifesaver for some individuals. So the letter that I do want to write, I want to send to the newspaper to let them know that this board would let, it's going to go forward, because we have to anyways with the 3%, but we understand the dilemma and you've got to vote for the future. And I think that was one of the things that came about from our conversation is I know it may, end up being a struggle now and possibly even into possibly within the next year, who knows? But if we had something that could be a foundation for individuals that do fall through the cracks, I think I'm going to use the word, it behooves us to try to do something when we have the capability, the opportunities to assist where we can. I know that Alan and Alicia are looking at different grants to help out individuals and to help out businesses. But if we can have this housing trust run by a community board and with community monies to go be able to help our own residents, then that allows some of the other grants to be used for, say, some of those businesses, because the housing trust can't be used for that. Now, I know, Beth, your Sudbury has been using the rental assistance. I'm trying to remember if you want to bring up a little more information on how Sudbury's been using it.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I haven't been involved in the trust meetings lately, so I'm not sure. Yeah.
But they do have it, so that they've been talking at least, because they do have a housing trust, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, all right. So, is there any type of, go ahead, Jess.
oh, I would just say also to clarify, we don't have a housing trust yet, but we plan on trying to set that up at fall town meeting.
Correct. And that will be one of the warrants that I told the Board of Selectmen that we will be doing for the fall town meeting. And that will be coming forward from the Affordable Housing Committee. And then the Affordable Housing Committee will come in front of the CPC to request a dollar amount. It won't be anything near the Conservation Fund because we don't have that for a budget. I know people go ahead and wonder what our balances are. And I just got an update from I'm looking on my spreadsheet here.
Yeah.
And I'll send it all to you all.
Just
Yeah,
question, so the impetus for the warrant article on the housing trust the process would start through the affordable housing.
correct.
Okay.
Correct, it will not be CPC. And like I say, the Affordable Housing Committee will be looking to CPC for some sort of seed money.
Okay.
And the Board of Selectmen was very, gave us a thumbs up for that,
For the housing trust.
for the Housing Trust.
Okay.
Right.
Janet, while you're looking, can I ask a question?
Sure.
The letter you're referencing, I don't know, because I was a little behind in rejoining our meetings. I had a couple edits for it. Is that something that's already been finalized and I missed? Or,
No,
do you want me to throw those out now or just in an email to you?
why don't you send it, I mean, you can throw it out now, I got it in front of me, I know that I forgot a typo. We've got, on one hand and one other hand, yeah, I forgot that one, so.
Yeah. That was the only one. And then I was also going to say, it did not include how individual residents could have themselves removed. I know you just talked about how businesses unfortunately couldn't remove themselves from that, but that our piece about you are able to ask town hall to stay at the 1% or not pay it at all, I thought was missing from the letter.
Okay.
Okay, I can go ahead and add something about that. They can't, like I say, it's either removed, it's all or nothing. All right, when they go ahead and they ask to be removed, they've got to meet the qualifications and they
Yeah,
can be.
no, I'm sorry. But that
Good point.
Okay, all right, I'll go ahead and I'll add that. And like I said, I can't put in that support aircpc.org because this is coming from the Community Preservation Committee. Then I can go ahead and do it as a support the CPC. I can, see if someone else, hold on, can go ahead and write up. I know. I'm sorry. They're curious, cats are curious, right? And I can have, like, say, even another one stating about it. I can double check to see if there's another resident that might be able to write something with that. But again, it's more of to get information out and about. All right, the spreadsheets are always so large. It looks as if our balances, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, for open space, we've got $1,072,044 and
072044.
yeah,
Okay.
and 86 cents. Yeah. All right, for historic, you ready?
Yep.
$33,931.07.
Okay.
For community housing, $41,004. And our reserves is $307,380.
And what was that again?
$307,380.
For which one is that? That was,
That's the budgetary reserve.
oh, okay. Thank you.
It's also known as our undesignated fund, right?
Yeah, sort of. I'm like I say, I'm little by little bit, I'm learning because it goes into the undesignated fund and then it gets dispersed.
Yeah.
So the monies that come in from, the taxes and everything gets thrown into undesignated and then gets separated. And then we have the other balance. So, and that's a negative 112,526.87. And the reason behind it is because the disbursements are still happening as the taxes come in.
Can you say that figure again?
Yep,
Okay,
$112,526.87.
and what would you call that for?
That's called undesignated fund balance, that's-
Okay.
okay? See,
equals-
that's why when we voted in the 10%, 10%, 10% during the categories, and the rest going into that undesignated, then when we have a request for whichever one of the categories, we can then shift it from there to that category or just take it from that. I know that's what used to happen years ago, because once it's in that undesignated, it can go anywhere. But once it's in a category, it can only be used for that category.
Okay, so just because I'm not good at accounting, the budgetary reserve, 307,000 is still a different pot than the, or than the 112,526?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Like one like feeds the other.
okay. So that 112,000, which is to be dispersed, could come out of any of the other things like housing or,
No, it goes, when you're saying to be dispersed, it goes into. Normally, like I say, it goes into the other categories.
oh, okay, so this is the part that hasn't been dispersed yet.
Correct.
Okay, that's where I got messed up. Equals,
All right.
okay,
All right, so one thing that, when I got that balance amount, I did notice historic was only at 33,000, say approximately 34.
yeah,
And we know that Irv Rockwell is going to be coming in from Sandy Pond School Association with a request of 170,000 for the next phase of the Sandy Pond School restoration. So again, that's going to be something that we're going to have to take for fall town meeting, take into consideration as we're going to be moving items around. Let me bring that back up. And then, like I say, housing at 41,000. Again, depending upon how the ballot question comes out, we'll be shifting items or dollars around within those two categories.
all right.
All right. Is
And
anybody here have a question for the public, from the public? I just want to keep pausing for that.
And again, just so I don't blow it in the minutes, you gave me those four balances and then you gave the 112,000 such and such. And that's the money that's to be dispersed into those four categories.
Right.
It's gonna
Yeah,
get,
I'll go ahead and I'll get the right wording from Lisa.
okay, but that's the money that Springtown meeting will vote to allocate.
That's what the monies have already been. Once she closes the books in July, or,
Yeah.
the end of June, that will get positive again. Okay, because like I say, once she knows how the dollars are coming in, then that goes into that balance and it reconciles,
Okay,
and then the monies get dispersed. It's like a multiple step process. I'll see if I can get the right wording. Forgive me, because I'm the same way. I know that it goes into this one fund and then it gets dispersed. And the reason why it's negative is because it hasn't been closed yet. And it gets closed as of June 30th.
yeah, so that language of negative is very confusing for some of us.
Accounting goes crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
I see Julie smiling.
I have an accounting major living with me right now, so we're talking this a lot.
It's so true on how you can have a negative balance that it still means it's positive.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, so I I know that I sent you guys
Yep.
with regards to some of the posters.
Yep.
I want to ask JNS to create, I'm gonna ask them to create 4 posters. Do you guys like the bit about support air community preservation and our future being added to the sign? Adding the words "and for our future" or "in our future"?
Can you hold it up one more time? I just want to, wait a sec. Don't go away.
I won't.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab a screen grab picture, which my phone is not. Okay, one sec.
All right.
So
Okay.
I like the sentiment of "and our future," but I'm wondering if it should say "and Ayer's future," because it kind of sounds like you're supporting us and not that it's the town of Ayer that
Hmm.
we're
Yeah.
supporting.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. I like that.
I like that. And then, again, I thought right now, because June 2nd still is the date, but I remembered after reading the minutes again, don't put a date on there. So I'll take the date off. Beth?
Yeah, I don't know if it just gets to be that much more wordiness, you know, and like when you're driving by or seeing it, you know, if your mind just kind of like, it's like, I can't capture it all, I'm not going to bother. Or I forget the locations that I know one of them would be at the transfer station, so people might have a little bit more time to focus there. But I'm kind of indifferent, but it just does, it's a smaller font and it does add more.
Well, it's a smaller font because it's only 8.5 by 11. I remember the signs are going to be, you know, the 18 by 24. All right, so they will be larger fonts.
But the "and Ayer's future" is a smaller font than, at least in that one. I don't know if that's what you're planning.
Well, yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about. It will be a smaller font than the rest of it. I mean, I can have them make some with and some without. So the one over by the transfer station can have it, while the one over at the Rotary won't.
I'm really kind of indifferent, so
Yeah,
anything
all or
is,
nothing.
yeah.
All right. So people want to keep it, Colleen?
Like keeping it in but changing it to Ayer's future, because I think it reminds people that ultimately it's the town that benefits. It's not like we are here trying to, ultimately to bring things that the town votes on them. And so I kind of like keeping that sentiment in.
Can you hold it up one more time? I looked at it before, but now with new thoughts out, I'd like to see it.
I edited it, so.
That's okay. Sorry.
Yep.
Because the date will come off.
Correct.
And Ayer's future.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
Okay. All right. I don't think we need to take a vote on it. Because we already, well.
It's not something the committee's technically doing, right?
No, yeah, you're right. Never mind. I realized that. Thank you, Beth. Okay. But I think, well, again, and that brings up a question. Should the committee do something to alert people that there is a ballot question? Or do you think the email and putting it on the CPC's website should be enough?
I think that if Cindy can do something on Facebook to explain it, again, just informational, process had already started, last fall with town meeting. There's, it still needs to be considered. If you have questions, contact town hall, or email, that sort of thing. But I think, just getting it out through the various social media mechanisms would be good, and then point people to the website and to the ballot that would be on the town's website would be good.
Okay.
So the current ways you have of getting it out there are the website and did you mention email?
I don't think that said email.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, no,
Social media.
social media, that was it, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hearing is on Zoom is not as good.
All right, I'll go ahead and I'll work with Cindy to see on how we can do it, because again, if we, the poster board, like say over at the fire station, I know that there's 3 notices that are talking about the town meeting, the town election, and on how the town has been, distance in place or whatever. So with that, I'll see whether or not we can add something to there of don't forget, at the town election, that there is a ballot that more than likely will be. Trying to think if the ballot is posted outside of the, the election, not, I don't think that's been printed yet. I'm trying to think if it's on the town hall wall there. I don't think I've seen it yet. But see whether or not that can be highlighted, that there is a ballot question on the other side or whatever. So, because I think they're still finishing, yeah, I don't know. All right, I'll work with Cindy to get that. So that works out good. Anything else that people want to possibly bring up on how we can move forward with this? I'll get more publicity. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
You
good.
all set? All set, Barry?
Yeah, I'm all set.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. I'll get a little more publicity with regards to the 20th to let people know that we do would like to hear, from the public of what their feelings are. I hope
What's
that
the 20th
we're going to have another information session, public information session,
mentioned? May 20th?
May 20th. It's going to take place at 7:15, not at 7 o'clock, because there is a meeting prior to this that hopefully will finish by 7, and this will give IT and APAC a chance to, stop one and then start the other. So I figured, so I think it's your meeting zoning, right, Jess?
Yeah, but I haven't heard that we're having a meeting, so we might not. I haven't heard that we have anything coming in, so.
Okay. All right. I heard a bing, so did anybody join in?
That might be my email.
I think it was my computer, sorry.
All right, no, that's okay, no problem. Like I say, I want to make sure that if there is somebody out there, go ahead, Julie.
No, I just agree. You're being conscientious and we're all living our lives and doing a great Zoom.
All right. All right, so I think, like I say, I'll get more publicity out for May 20th at 7:15 for another public information session. I'll work with Cindy to make sure that we can get some information out there on the website and on Facebook. So people know that this ballot question is going to be out there on the spring election. And again, that the committee itself is torn, because we do know that it can become a great resource for these additional funds can become a great resource to help out the individuals within Ayer. And we could work side by side with the Affordable Housing Committee in creating a housing trust that can be run by local residents, a board a board of trustees, I think it's called, to go ahead and make sure that the funds are being used. To reiterate that housing trust, what ends up happening is someone does, when they qualify and they ask for assistance, like of $500 a month for, assistance in paying their rent, it goes to the landlord. It does not go to that person. It's an agreement that happens with the person applies for it, but then it goes directly to the landlord. So there's no chance of, okay, great, now I'm going to go ahead and use it for something else. It is to be used only for rent, and that's why it supersedes or goes right from the trust to a landlord.
So is this something new with the community preservation now, that we can use this money for rentals or helping people out, or?
It's a change that started around 2012, I believe, when they're able to open it up more for community housing. And with that, Mass Housing Partnership has worked a way of, like I say, creating this housing trust using, it uses all different types of funds. It's not just CPC funds. And when it ends up being that category of CPC, it has to meet the qualifications of CPC funds.
Okay.
It has to be an affordable, housing unit. It can't be, for just a regular single family that that's regular market value. It has to meet certain qualifications. So yeah, it is sort of new, sort of like the same time as that they started opening up more for recreation.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, and like I say, it's sort of new, but it's now starting to spread because of the requests that are coming in.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, again, now it's 7:45. I said that on the agenda, that it will be the end of the informational session. Just one more time, if there's anybody from the public. All right. So then moving on with the agenda. I've got like the committee reports. I know that I'll start off that the Ayer housing has not met, so I don't have anything to add.
Anna, can I ask, just for a point of learning, do we need a motion to close the public hearing? Or
It's not a public hearing, it was just information.
information? Thank you. That helps me understand.
Yep. Yeah. No, we didn't want to make it into a public hearing for multiple reasons. It's more just an informational.
Great.
Because we already had it for, like, say, for the town, for the town meeting in the fall. And this here is just to get feedback, especially because of what's going on within society now with the crisis.
Yep.
Okay. All right, anybody else with the committee?
Nope, not I.
Okay.
Conservation is meeting next week online. We've been issuing enforcement orders. People will play during a pandemic.
Who else has chopped down trees? Oh, that's sad. Planning's been busy.
Yes, we have a meeting next week.
All right. And Beth, I know that with open space and there's like, you still have monies left over and such. I've gone ahead and when I got the balance sheet and I'll send that to you guys as well, from Lisa, that there's a few of them that still have open balances. So she's going to be closing out the books. I know she'll be asking how do things stand. We still want to keep the funds in there for open space and rec, because you may end up using it more for, was it Nashua? Something? Go ahead.
Well, since the plan is complete and has been approved now, if the wording in the warrant article was very specific to the development of the plan, we might want to go ahead and release, back to the general fund. If the language was generic and we could potentially use some of the money for implementation of the plan, we might want to keep it. So, so we would just need to check the warrant language.
Okay. All right. Do you mind doing that?
I'll try to look for it and then get back to you.
Okay, and what I can do is when, I can also ask Lisa, to say, are we limited? I can start that part of conversation too as well. And, because again, I know she's gonna ask, so.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
But if we are going to return it, it would have to be done does it have to be done through town meeting or no? Okay.
No, it just goes right back in. It's just like anything else, if you don't use up all the money in the project, the money just goes right back into the fund, and that's it. Okay. All right, and Colleen, anything on your end?
Nope.
Okay. And staying above water?
Oh, God, no. It's final exams. I just spent 4 hours on meetings, so I'm tired.
Is that why you had to erase the whiteboard because the answers to the questions were on there?
Yeah. I didn't think anybody in the town wanted to see genetics problems on the whiteboard.
That'd be pretty cool. All right. All right. I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have anything that they? Okay. Can I have we can adjourn early. So, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All right. I don't think I have to go through the roll call.
No.
No?
Mark,